Mm. Hello friends, today we have to talk about implement with NoSQL databases. Within this, uh, we have to talk about the key value databases there. So, lecture or points to be covered within these sessions are there are knows the four categories of NoSQL database, and then when to use NoSQL, not to use NoSQL, and use cases of NoSQL. That is the each category. Here we have to see within. So this one we know that the NoSQL database provides us the mechanism for store and retrieval of data. That is, model means other than tabular relations used in relational databases. The way in relational databases, there is a relational database. Means what? According to a relation data is which are the relations we have already discussed it. That is a one to one, one to many, many to one, many to many. These are the number of types of relationships, and according to these relations, data is accessed tabular form. So motivation for this approach including simplicity of designing, horizontal scaling and finer control over availability. The data structure like tree, loop differs from the RDBMS. So therefore some operations are faster in NoSQL and some in RDBMS. बघा रिलेशनल डेटाबेस मॅनेजमेंट सिस्टीम आणि NoSQL यांच्यामध्ये बेसिक फरक काय तर रिलेशनल डेटाबेस मॅनेजमेंट सिस्टीम मध्ये जे काही डेटा ऍक्सेसिंग चालतं instead of this NoSQL or non-relational SQL मध्ये त्याच्या विरुद्ध आहे म्हणजे काय इट इज नॉट डिपेंड ऑन एव्हरी टाइम फॉर अ रिलेशनल डेटाबेसेस. सो here in some approach means what, some operations are faster in NoSQL as well as some are in the RDBMS. बघा काही RDBMS मध्ये फास्टर आहे तर काही NoSQL मध्ये आहे. असं का तर आपण बघितलेलं आहे का RDBMS based managed system is also one of the powerful system. Like there is a persist of data, standard model, त्याचे स्वतःचे देखील काही काय आहेत वैशिष्ट्य आहे. That's why in some percent NoSQL is faster. In some cases RDBMS is. There are the four categories of NoSQL database. Which are they? जे काही NoSQL database आहे त्याच्या साधारणपणे चार कॅटेगरी केलेले आहे. There are the store, column family store, document database and graph database. These four categories have its own name. That is key value store la React. React is the pronunciation. We have to say it in detail. त्यानंतर जे काय डॉक्युमेंट डेटाबेस आहे त्यात MongoDB हा जो काही डेटाबेस आहे तो बघायचा आहे. त्यानंतर जे काही कॅसेंड्रा किंवा ग्राफ डेटाबेसला Neo4j असे विविध प्रकारचे डेटाबेसेस आपल्याला काय करायचे आहे, बघायचे आहे. Today's our key point is that the key value store. So key value store means what? Key value store is the simple hash table primarily used when all access to the database is via primary key. बघा हा जो काही key what happen in it? It store the simple hash table सारखा डेटा स्टोर केला जातो and primarily used when केव्हा यूज होतो when all access to the database is via primary. जो काही हॉल हो via primary key. What is primary key? We know that primary key is unique identifier of table. Are you know primary key? Yes or no? Are you remember it?
Yes.
Primary key. आठवत आहे ना?
Yes. Yes.
If you have any question in mind, you can ask me. हा बघा त्यानंतर जे
Okay.
काही key value stores are those types scheme free. Means what? And it your value store as a key means what? In one column you will having a key name and the value will be checked. म्हणजे काय एका टेबल कॉलम मध्ये की असेल आणि दुसऱ्या याच्यामध्ये व्हॅल्यू असेल. अकॉर्डिंग टू की अँड व्हॅल्यू डेटा. But here there is no necessity to store value in second column always. अशी काही नेसेसिटी नाही का दरवेळेस प्रत्येक सेकंड दुसऱ्या कॉलम मध्ये काय केलं जाईल व्हॅल्यू स्टोर केली जाईल. मीन्स व्हॉट द की व्हॅल्यू डेटाबेस इज व्हेरी सिम्पल इन स्ट्रक्चर. मीन्स व्हॉट इट इज डिपेंड ऑन Amazon's डायनामो डेटाबेस. Amazonचा जो काही डायनामो डेटाबेस आहे. Dynamo database means what? Where the data is indexed and queries are based on its key. Means what? Data is indexed. Index माहित आहे ना? Index array we have seen. Index जसे पुस्तकाला इंडेक्स असते त्या पद्धतीने. जसं आपण when we go equal to 0. 0 means what? It is the first position. It is start with first position, but index is 0 there. So key value store provide the can scale in incrementally as your data skills. Means what? They communicate node structure through a gossip base. Gossip means what? Are you listen this word? Gossip. In Marathi, what is mean by gossip? Your family cheat. Tell me. No one. गप्पा मारतात की नाही कधी तुम्ही? Huh? Okay, it's not our key point. Okay, so they can communicate membership protocol to keep all nodes synchronized. So if we are looking to scale very large set of low complexity data, key value means what? When there is a data with large scale and the low complexity there, so that time key value store is the best database option to store that data. There are the few examples: Tyrant, Radius, Walmart, Oracle, Amazon Simple Database, React. These are the few examples of key value store there. Strength of key value database is that there is a fast lookup. Here there is a hash table having key value pair, and the second value is not necessary here. So fast lookup is the strength, and the weakness is that to store the data there is no schema here. So in this one, the simplest NoSQL data store to use from an API perspective. API म्हणजे काय? Where the client can either get to the value for the key or put a value for key or delete a key from the data store. The value is blob that data store just store. Means without caring or knowing what inside, it's responsibility of application to understand what was stored there. So since key hello store is always used to access the data, means what? Generally they have great performance and that can be easily scaled there. So for that purpose, there are few popular key value databases. As I have told you that before it, that's rack. Means what? Option refer to the data structure servers. For data structure server, the Radius is the name you have listened before it sometime. Then Memcached database, then Berkeley database, Hamster. There are the lot of databases there. Means what? Or Amazon Dynamo, as I have told you before it. So in some key value stores such as Radius, there is an aggregate. Have to be domain object. That is, it could be any data structure. So there are the many more key value. They are work on the in the database systems. So sake of keeping discussion, it is easier to use a rack mostly. If you want to store the user session data or shopping cart information, like when we use the Flipkart, Amazon there. So for this preferences, there is a React is the most popular database used there. So I hope that this is the overview of QHello database within the implementation of NoSQL. Understand it. Okay.